our defense was what really pushed us through today, and that's kind of something we've been harping on. Keeping a really talented team, a really talented scoring team under 50 is big time for us, and then also being able to put the ball in the hoop and scoring 80 points is great. So, but yeah, just putting 40 minutes together is really what we've been harping on all season, and we were able to do it today, and so I think we're all really proud of that.
You guys have mentioned throughout the season your goal is to hold teams to 50 points or less. You did it today. Just especially with that really strong fourth quarter, how does it feel to be able to sustain that defensive pressure the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of people on our team who can play. We have a deep bench. And so to see people get in the game and, know the scout and know what they got to do to get a stop, I feel like we played together the entire game. I mean, we were scrambling for each other. Nobody was perfect, but to be able to scramble for each other and then finish plays and get rebounds was huge, especially from our freshmen. All of our freshmen were huge on the boards, and I think that's really big time to not let them get second chance opportunities.
Amelia, you had one play, I think late in the first quarter, where you got in the passing lane, went all the way for an easy layup. What do you see in a play like that in the moment, and what does that do for your team?
It's a big momentum push. Getting plays like that, it just really brings energy to the game.
Definitely.
Amelia, just more broader for you. You had some nice finishes at the rim today. How do you feel out there offensively?
I feel great. I've been working on my finishes actually this week with Coach Jay. It's been a big focus of mine. So just being able to put it in the basket today brought us energy as well.
This season we've seen you score and be more of a facilitator at times and be impactful on defense. How do you sort of view your role in this team's offense?
I just do whatever I can to help the team win, pretty much. That's about it.
Greta, going back to defense, you were assigned a 6'8" player today. I've seen you guard other taller people in the post all year. How has that kind of led up to today and that assignment, and how effective you were able to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's a new responsibility that I've had this year, and it's something I've never really done before. And so I feel like I've gotten better at it over time. I mean, first few games, I feel like I wasn't really sure what I was doing guarding the post. I've been guarding guards my entire life. And so I give a lot of credit to Coach Mel and Coach Jilly. They were both bigs. Jillian Dunstan was an undersized big, kind of like me when she was in college. So she's kind of giving me some tips and pointers. And then Mel was, a dominant post player when she was in college. So just really like honing in on like what they did and trying to be coachable and figure out like as an undersized post, what can I do? But really it's just about like going out there and I have to work hard for 40 minutes, which is tough, especially when you're guarding somebody that's that tall and that strong. And just being really locked into what they do and taking that away. So yeah, that was important. And then I boxed out, but again, like these girls went and cleaned up the boards. Like I don't even think I had that many rebounds, but like I had to do my job and then they did their job. And so it's really a team effort, stopping somebody that big.
And then I know you played against Deja Kelly back when she was on North Carolina. How did that experience prepare you guys as a team for today? I think she only had like 2 points.
Yeah, Sila was assigned Deja today, which Sila tends to shut down, some of the best players in this conference. No, but Deja Kelly is a super talented player. I mean, yeah, back in the day, it actually feels like she's expanded her game a little bit. Like we were talking about in a film that she used to only drive left, and now she can go left and right. So it's a big assignment having to stop her, and she's got a really good mid-range game. Luckily, we kind of got her in foul trouble early, which I think threw her off. But yeah, that was big for us. I mean, really to hone in on their top scorers and keeping them out out of their bread and butter shots. That was what what made our defense so good today.
Mila, you were kind of smiling when Greta mentioned Sila and the performance she had today.
Mila's always smiling.
I am. I'm always
She's
smiling.
giggling on the court.
What was the question?
Sorry,
Why are you smiling about Sila on defense specifically?
I've been bothering her about it all week. I've been saying I was a better defender than her, knowing that's a bit of a reach. Sila's, as Greta said, has been shutting down the best player every team we've played so far this year.
Were you saying that like to fire her up? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. Just
good.
a little challenge.
It's good. It's friendly competition. We need them to do it because we have some really talented freshman defenders on our team. And so, seeing them kind of go at each other in practice is good. Especially Mila will poke Sila, and Sila's like, the Canadian. She's not going to poke Mila, but Mila's going to poke everybody. So gets people going.
Greta, just kind of getting back to being the undersized center, they obviously have to then guard you at the other end.
Yep.
Are the coaches kind of on you to maybe hunt a little more? Is it?
Oh, every day, every single day. You know what Coach said the other day is we're gonna trade 2s for 3s if she's gonna get buckets down low, which I don't even know how many she finished with, but if she is gonna get buckets down low, then like I have to be able to get my 3-point shot open, and my teammates do a good job of getting me open, and it's not like just me by myself. I mean, somebody makes a really good cut that opens me up. Somebody sets me a good screen that opens me up, and then Mila is usually the one making those passes to me. So it's a team effort, but yeah, that's definitely our strategy. Is like if we're gonna sacrifice me having to guard a big down low, then they're gonna have to guard me on the other end of the court, or whoever they are have to match up with one of our guards on the other end of the court.
You mentioned the freshmen, but one freshman who started playing a lot more during conference games, Taylor Duffas, just getting increased minutes, and like she had that super exciting 3.
That was so funny.
What was it like watching her hit that shot, and just in general seeing her grow throughout the year?
Yeah, I mean, the kid has so much potential, and she's a freak athlete. I always tell her, like, and I don't mean this, like, she's a great basketball player. I'm like, you should be, like, an 800 track runner. Like, she would be great. No, but she's a great athlete, and she's really bought into what Michigan is all about, and you can see her progress and how she's gotten better throughout the year, and her confidence has gotten a lot better. But she comes in, and she just does, like, a few, like, really good things every time, whether it's getting a rebound, drawing a foul, hitting that 3 at the buzzer was awesome. That just kind of like topped it off, and hopefully that gives her more confidence going forward. But it just goes again. It just is a testament to this freshman class again. I mean, they've got for real like several players in this class that could be like a starting 5. So it's impressive, and I'm excited for them.
Both you and Oregon, you both had 14 turnovers, but you had 22 points off them. Oregon only had 6. Why do you think that you guys were able to really turn those turnovers into points so successfully?
I mean, again, it kind of goes back to our defense. I think this week we really honed in on like, okay, if we do turn it over, if we do miss a shot, like we got to like switch gears really quickly. So our transition defense was good, and so I think that was a big emphasis, especially the past couple of days, and I think we executed well on that.
More than the defensive end, it felt like you guys were always where you needed to be when you were helping on drives. What do you have to say about your team's communication and team defense today?
Something we've been working on, I mean, again, we're a new team this year. We're all, not as used to playing with each other as some other teams are. So with that comes like we have really harp on communication and making those scrambles. I mean, sometimes like, our one-on-one defense isn't going to be perfect. I mean, I'm already at a disadvantage guarding a 6'8" girl, so we're going to have to scramble. We're going to have to double, which means other people are going to have to cover for each other. And we haven't really been doing a great job at that for most games, like for 40 minutes. We have moments where we do a really good job, but today it felt like we were really locked in, and we did that for 40 minutes. And I was telling Liv on the bench after the game, like, why can't we do this every game? So really, like, I mean, if we can go back and watch the film today, like that's a great point. That was like the best we've done it all year, and I hope we can continue to kind of keep that momentum going forward.
Mila, you mentioned you've been working on finishing in practice. You seem to beat your defender a lot today as well. Is that acceleration something you've always had, or has that been something you've been picking up throughout the season?
I think it's something I've always had. Ball handling has always been my strong point, pretty much.
Oh yeah, no, I mean since the summer, she's been probably the quickest player on our team, probably maybe one of the fastest players on our team. I don't know. Sometimes in practice you're kind of like jogging on the.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, she really is. I mean, if she can really take anybody one-on-one. If she wants to, she can score at will. But just like her IQ and her timing and all of that, and her touch around the rim is really what's like improved over time. Especially at this level.
Overall, as a team, you guys had very balanced scoring. 6 people were right around 10 points. Liv and Mila both around 20. Just how does it help your offense to have shots falling from that many different people? And like Mila as a facilitator, having that many people who are on in a game.
Yeah, teams have to worry about all 5 players when they play us. Sometimes we have to focus and hone in on 2 players, which is to our advantage, of course. And just being able to knock down shots, which we were able to do today, once again, just taking steps in the right direction every game. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. One more. How do you guys feel you responded in practice after the losing streak, and how did it feel to get back in the win column today?
Yeah, I mean, coming back to practice after a loss is always really tough. I mean, we've had some long film sessions this past week, but I think Coach has done a really good job at staying positive with us and not letting us get down. And I think it's really important that we don't go our separate directions and we stay together. It's a grind. This season's a grind. We've had moments the past couple of years where we would lose 1 or 2 games that we didn't feel like we should have lost, or whatever it is. But just getting that bounce back and coming together is what's most important.
And Greta, I saw on Instagram that you designed the shirts for today's game. I know you're an artistic person, but what went into that process? And I know you've done or planning on doing a few others also.
Yeah. No, it's really cool that our program lets me design the shirts. I did the MLK one too. I think this one took a little bit longer because I really had to sit down and think about what would be meaningful to these women and people just fighting cancer in general. But I kind of thought about last year when we have these breast cancer dinners, and last year somebody used the term thriver and survivor, so the people that have survived cancer and the people that are still going through it. And I kind of wanted to show something that represents both of those people, or anybody who's kind of going through it at any stage of the process, and just know that we're with them, we think about them. And even today, when we talked about when going into the game, 2 seconds before tip off, Coach is we do this for them. It's bigger than us. And so that's kind of what I wanted to show through this. It's kind of I don't know, almost like a youthful drawing. I don't know. It's just cute. It's nothing crazy, but no, it was really fun to do it, and I hope people enjoyed it. So.
How did the T-shirt collaboration come about? Sorry if you guys already know this, but were you just I want to design shirts for this year, or how did it come to be?
I did a couple last year too. Emily Kaiser, who graduated a few years ago, used to do some T-shirt designs for the program, and so then when she graduated, I asked our director of operations, can I take over the T-shirt designs? And so she's let me do a few in the past. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you.